Hi, Stuart. It's great to talk to you, and I know you've been doing some awesome things in the area of pricing, which I'm looking forward to finding out about. But before that, could you just give me, to put it into context, a bit of background about you, where you are, the size of your practice, things like that? That would be great.
Okay, Mark. Now been trading for just coming up to 13 years. Sole practitioner, and even though I'm a sole practitioner, I actually have to have two offices, simply because we're based on the Yorkshire-Lancashire border, and we've found it most appropriate to have two offices, one in each county. I have a team of two technicians and one admin person, and last year we picked up a new apprentice who's going through AAT. So that's our small team. We're focused on general practice work, dealing with small businesses. So we're
Okay.
a generalist practice.
Okay, great. So a fairly typical sort of UK accounting firm.
Yep.
But I know that you've been doing some incredible things with pricing, and in particular, you've had some great results with changing the way that you price, acting as a registered office. But before you tell me about what you've done, how did you? What was your old approach to pricing services like that?
Simply, for the last, well, probably just 12 years, like I think a lot of accountants do, we focused on the actual price. We competed on price. Because we're a generalist, there's an awful lot of small practices around, some qualified, some unqualified, and there's always been this competition on price. And, we'd literally get an excuse to look at the accounts, see how much the other accountant was charging. If we couldn't match it, we'd try to explain why we were slightly higher, but if it was a fee that we could clearly match, we'd probably undercut it. So not a very good,
No,
effective way of pricing.
I can relate to that. I've been there. I've done that. I've done
Yeah,
that in the past.
I think most people have.
Crazy things we do, yes. So,
Mm.
so I know you've had this amazing result with changing the way you price registered office. So, if you could, well, let's start with a headline number. Yeah, I know you told me a story about how much you managed to charge, and you may remember I've done some research in this area. Most accountants
Yeah.
either give it away for free or they charge £100 a year. What was the figure that you got?
Well, we were typical in that we either gave it away free or charged a maximum of £100 a year. Uh, Following some work with yourselves and the price group, we rejigged everything. We looked at the real value that service could provide to a client, and we actually said, okay, we can create a range of services around a registered office offering. So we created three service packages. The cheapest starts at £39 a month, and the most expensive, our five-star service, is £80 plus VAT per month. We put it out to a lot of the clients who we thought would benefit from it. Not all of them, but enough that we would have a valid test, we thought. So that we selected 20 clients. Of those 20 clients, we actually got 5 to actually buy into the new services. 4 of them, of course, went for the cheapest, £39 per month. So instantly, we're making far more money just on those than we ever did before. But we had one client who really was so keen that he got the best service. We didn't really sell it other than sent him a leaflet that we pulled together. We didn't have a big sales drive, big push on that. And he signed up for our five-star service, so he's paid us £80 a month plus VAT. To be honest, we're not actually doing any more than we did for the last 4 years for his dormant company. And we were charging him £100 before. So, almost 9 times the price we got previously.
Wow, that's
And that's,
incredible.
yeah,
Uh,
well, that's what I thought. I just couldn't believe it. And the key to it was, I believe, instead of focusing on the price, we actually focused on the value to the client. So our proposition was what we could deliver to them, and we explained what we did day in, day out for all of our clients in a more detailed way. So we actually explained to the clients why we did certain things and what value that gave them. And I think that is what sold because I didn't have to. That's what sold the actual service packages.
That's incredible. And if I've done my maths right, and I may have got it wrong, but I make that about just a few pennies short of £240 a month across those 5 clients.
Yep.
So that's not far off $3,000 a year.
Yep.
With
2,800 odd a month.
Okay, you've done the maths. That's an incredible result. Yep. So the question I've got is, was that done with a face-to-face conversation with those clients, or did you send stuff through the post, email? How did you have that communication?
We knew when clients were coming up for effectively renewal. So most of our services are offered on an annual basis. So we literally wrote out to them and included in our annual renewal the new service package, which consisted of 3 sheets of paper on which was a table that outlined the different service packages with ticks and crosses, nice bright and green and red, as we previously discussed, just to make it stand out. 2 pages were actual detailed description of what each of the service elements meant to the client and the price, and 1 single fax back, email back sheet saying, yes, please deliver this service to us, and they signed it. And that's all we did. We then sent them an email to complete the direct debit. So no face-to-face conversation. We had one guy who just asked for a bit of clarification, and that was on an email. The other 4 just signed the documents. 15 didn't, and we've got them to follow up over the next few months. When we see them face to face, we'll introduce the service again and probably sell the benefits more on a face to face basis. But for the first 5 who bought, they bought literally off the shelf from 4 pieces of paper maximum.
Wow, I'm actually staggered because, as you know, I always advocate having a face-to-face conversation with pricing, that sending stuff to the post is never going to get the same results. But actually, in this case, it has got some pretty impressive results. So I know you said earlier that one of the key things, one of the keys for getting that result was by focusing on value rather than price. But if I just drill down a bit more specific, if you could just share of that process, if there was one thing that you felt made it work particularly well, one technique or idea, what would you say that would be?
When we actually set out our service package documentation, once we knew what we were trying to deliver in each package, we actually got a team member to read the script, and it wasn't one of the technical team members, it was our admin person, and she read the script, and her remit was just to think of this as a client. How do you value this? So that went through a couple of iterations. So we tailored it from, the old adage, sell benefits, not features. We can write the features down, great, but it's what the benefits were, and we literally used an almost disinterested person to provide us what they thought our view of the benefits were. So that's how we did it. It was very customer focused, as opposed to technical focus or even service focus. It was what does the customer want, and how will this help them in their situation? And that's how we really aim this. And we don't normally do that. Sorry to say that.
Most accountants
we're accountants. We don't normally do that. We sell them compliance work, and we go, "You've got to do this."
Yeah. Awesome. That's a great approach. Yeah. And so just before we finish off, what other sort of pricing results have you had? Because I know you've been doing some great stuff, so we share something else.
Yeah. Well, one of the other systems that we looked at was, again, it was one of those nice freebies that we provide to prospects and occasional relatives of clients. not so much to clients, but which is, someone has an idea, they want to set up themselves in business, and of course the million questions: what do we do? How do we do it? Initially and previously, what we'd always done is provide, as everybody now does, that free initial consultation, where we gave away all our goods, all of our knowledge, all of the things that they should be valuing as prospects and clients. We gave it away for free in that conversation, in the hope that they'd come back to us as paying clients once they've set their business up. What we've done is we've introduced now a pack which we've got some guidelines, so those ideas and those thoughts written down, some simple forms like the 64/8s, CWF ones are there in the pack, and that pack is sold to them for £195 plus VAT. There's a couple of books in there just to show them how to do simple things like record keeping, and I've included the eMyth for entrepreneurs, just so that we've got some background. So the pack probably cost me £12-13 to put together. But in addition to the initial pack, we've set up again 3, 4, 5-star service packages around that, where they're paying from £39 to £149 per month, depending on which service package they want, for 10 months, where we will support them. The majority of the ones that we've sold so far have been our 3-star service package, where initially the £195 is paid, and then they're signing up to £49 a month for the 10 months plus VAT. For that, they get an hour's phone conversation a month, and we've put a number of, in fact 10 pieces together, which we will send them one each month for the next 10 months, and that's everything from getting your books right for the accountant, which is quite late in the process, through to how to sell on the internet. We've also got Facebook for business, some simple guides that we've gleaned and copied from certain places, really not costing us masses, but they're getting something each month to keep them on track and get their business growing. The conversations with ourselves are there. 4 5-star service packages also include free cloud computing software, which we pay the annual subscription, which is clearly covered by the first month. But also in our conversations each month, we can guide them through how to set up and how to use that bookkeeping software, so that their business is on its best footing in its early stages. So that, at the moment, it's been launched since February. We've sold 3 packs already. So I think we're going to be getting, probably annualise that today. It's going to give us a couple of £1,000, but that's in, 1.5 months. So if we annualise that totally, we could get £10,000. That's what we were giving away for free last year.
Wow.
So, and there's a small cost and there's a bit of element of time, but as I see, that element of time is, if you're talking to me, or if they are talking to me each month, we're building up a relationship. They're less likely to go to another accountant for their compliance work after that initial positive start package, as we've termed it, get their business off to go, and then we're there to support them after.
Yeah,
so
that's very, very clever. And just to clarify, that what they pay you, that doesn't include their year-end accounts.
No.
That's awesome.
That's it. That's just hand-holding, getting them working.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've given every single one so far, after the first one, because the first person who signed up just said, "Oh, I've got so much to do," I literally gave them a tear-off pad to-do list, and every single one of them has said, "That's brilliant." There are £4 at a station, but
Genius.
simple ideas. Just because they have scraps of paper, they've got a now to-do list.
Yeah.
Which sounds daft, but when someone thanks you for giving them a blank to-do list that they can fill in themselves over the next 50 weeks, it just says an awful lot.
Yeah, awesome. Well done. I've got just a couple more questions because I know our time's coming close to an end. I think I first met you, Stewart, properly at my pricing event, which was in July of last year, and we've been working together, mentoring for I think it's 8 months now. So thinking about the last 8 months and all the different things you've done with the way that you're changing the way that you price, well, if you were to put a number on the impact that's made in, what do you think it's going to make in a typical year? Just all the things that you've changed with pricing, what sort of impact has that had, do you think, or will have?
We recognise the one thing we didn't talk about, we previously mentioned it, the first thing that I got from that seminar was, don't be afraid to put your prices, because I'd kept my prices static for 2 years, simply because I was conscious of the perception of price sensitivity. First thing I did was, across the board, increased our prices by 3%. Doesn't sound an awful lot, but it was a toe in the water. I wasn't sure. We said at the time that would give us, £16,000-17,000 over a year. Again, not massive amount of money, but that's there. With the 2 schemes that we've now got in place, in addition to that, we're talking £30,000 a year plus, which clearly pays for at least one member of staff here. What we've introduced hasn't actually got massive costs. It's just doing things that we were doing either for free or very cheaply, and turning it on their head and actually selling the value of that and pricing on value. I'm hoping over the next 12 months we've got a couple more ideas to things to try. I would like to look at around £50,000 over a full 12-month period. We don't now sign up new clients unless they're paying us by direct debit. So we're turning a few clients away because they won't sign the direct debit mandate. But also we're helping our cash flow because we're actually getting paid in advance for the work that we're doing. Little things like that have really changed. The one thing that I took away from the seminar, and I keep in the back of my mind at the moment, is there is this perception of price sensitivity. Clients and prospects are not price sensitive, they are value sensitive. If you can demonstrate the value to them in their terms of your service offering, they will more likely buy your service than not, simply because they can recognise the value. And that's that's how we're changing our practice. Value is becoming more the focus of everything we do, and we look at things not from a technical how do we, but what does this benefit our clients, and that's how we're changing our practice.
Awesome. That's almost a great end, but I do want to ask one final quick question. Yep. So, of all the things that you've learnt over the last 8 months, if you were to give one tip to other accountants watching this about the way that you've learned about pricing, what's that? What's the one tip, the thing that makes the biggest impact?
Think of the value that the client receives, not the cost to you as an accountant. So you may be able to do something very simple, but the client puts an awful lot of value on that. And unless you actually recognise that, you're not going to price right. That's simply how we're looking at things.
Well, makes so much sense. That's brilliant. Thanks.
I know, it was a shock. It was a shock to me too.
Yeah, you're incredible. You've done some fantastic things in the last 8 months, made some amazing progress, and thank you so much for sharing all those great things you're doing. And I look forward to hearing more things over the next few months. So thank you so much, and we'll speak soon. Goodbye for now.
Okay, thanks. Bye now.